Well, there's other problems that are so fluid, like they're eternal problems, but they're so fluid in their detail that you need awareness and linguistic capacity to address them. And I would say the problem of hierarchy and dispossession fit exactly into that category, is that we're going to organize ourselves hierarchically because talent is unequally distributed. It doesn't matter. Like as soon as you invent basketball and instantly, you know, there's 1% of the population who are super great at basketball. It doesn't matter. As soon as you set up an arbitrary value structure, you get a hierarchy. Then there's the whole schlubs at the bottom that can't put a ball in the hoop to save their lives. And that's an eternal problem. That's why it says in the New Testament that the poor will be with us always. A very pessimistic, there's two lines like that. One is, to those who have everything, more will be given, and from those who have nothing, everything will be taken. That's a rough line. And the second is, the poor will be with us always. Okay, so why? Well, it's a reflection of what we just described, is that you're going to get hierarchical structures and they're going to dispossess. Okay, so then what we want to do is we want to use mercy. Say justice gives you what you deserve. So that's on the competitive end. You get what you deserve. But there's this old idea, an old religious idea. This is a good idea. God rules with two hands. Right hand is justice and the left hand is mercy. Justice means you get what you deserve. But the world can't survive that way because people are flawed and make mistakes. And if you only got exactly what you deserved, it would be a hell of a world, right? Because you'd be punished for every single mistake you make. You know, you'd be held accountable in a way that would be unbearable. So that has to be tempered with mercy. And so maybe the left is the end of the distribution that tempers with mercy when it's functioning properly. But it can degenerate into that Cain-like resentment of the successful, and that's a danger. On the right, you have the opposite danger, which is, well, you know, you advance because of your competence, but then that can ossify, and so you want to hang on to that position even though your competence no longer justifies it. You start to use the advantages of your position to accrue benefits for yourself that you did not earn. And that's the proclivity of the hierarchy to become blind and tyrannical. And that's an eternal problem. The Egyptians had a god for that, Osiris. Osiris was the god of hierarchies, and he was always threatened by Seth, who was his evil brother. And his evil brother was always conspiring to overcome him. And that's the problem with hierarchies, is that they tilt towards tyranny. And the reasonable left says that. Watch the hierarchies because they tilt towards tyranny. It's like, yes, it's true. But that doesn't mean that the idea of hierarchy itself is flawed. And that doesn't mean that all hierarchies are tyrannical. That's going way too far.
Do you think that the Scandinavian